going. Stay down. Then we'll do it.
Hi, Janetta. Hello. You can hear me okay? Awesome. Awesome. I had to restart the computer. Good old computer. I was just telling Laura beforehand, if it doesn't work, to turn it off and try again.
Yeah.
And then you walk away from it and you come back. And
I just started pushing buttons.
yeah.
I just push it back until it works.
I love it, right? Our own method of gadgets. Very cool. So super excited to be here with everyone this evening. Welcome to Beginner's Yoga. Have you experienced this class before, anyone? No. It's a specific series of poses. So it's just one of my favorites. And I've been taking it and teaching it for years. So awesome. You're Christina as well. Perfect. So it'll be a nice variation. So as you can see, we're doing live and we're doing studio at the same time. I feel like so much has changed and it's part of the experience. So excited to have everyone here. So welcome, Fima. Welcome everyone to Beginners Yoga. I'm excited about this particular sequence tonight. Like always, please use blocks or any type of props or even the wall if needed to support your practice. And please modify as needed. So if there's something that you need to change up so that you are taking care of your body and yourself, then please do so. We will start tonight's practice in child's pose. So let's come to the very back of our mat. And as you sit back onto your heels, reaching the arms forward. And try to relax the head. Begin your Ujjayi breath. So that's breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. As you begin to deepen the breath, you allow the stand from the day to just settle. Releasing any unnecessary tension through the jaw and the neck. And the hands into the mat, come up into your hands and knees. Then curl under the toes, downward facing dog. Our first down dog of our practice. It's a great one to kind of move the body in. Either you pedal us out, lifting one heel up and the opposite heel down. Pulsing the chest towards the legs and provide a really great stretch as well. So we'll begin this evening's practice with a few sun salutations. It's probably the fastest part of this particular class. The fastest moving method. We'll just take a few more breaths here. And together we'll walk the feet to the top of the mat. Once we reach the feet to the top of the mat, inhale, lengthen the spine, so collarbone lifts up slightly. Exhale, forward fold, keeping a slight bend in the knees. Inhale, arms reach up. Call this circling the sun, fingertips go up, gaze goes up. Exhale, forward fold again. With a slight bend in the knees, just stretching that lower back. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Right leg steps back. Here's our first low lunge pose. So that left knee is stacked over that left ankle. That back leg is super integrated. Press your hands into the mat and step back, high plank pose. Now here you can keep the knees lifted or you can choose to drop the knee. Low plank pose, shoulders forward, elbows back. Upward facing dog. Tops of the feet onto the mat as the collarbone draws forward. We'll stay here for an extra breath or two as we just open up that front body. And down dog, exhale. The right leg will lift up. We'll step that right foot through to the top of the mat. Taking a moment to just settle into our lunge. Drawing the collarbone forward. Left foot meets the right. Lengthen the spine. Forward. Arms reach up. Forward. Let the breath guide you. Lengthen. Left leg back. Plant the hands on the mat as you step the right foot back to meet the left. Keep the shoulders forward. Low plank pose. Upward facing dog. Down dog. Roll over the toes. Left leg lifts up. We'll step the left foot through to the top of the mat. Look forward, shift the weight forward as the right foot meets the left. Lengthen the spine. Forward. Arms reach up. Forward fold. Chest comes back down towards the thigh. Inhale to lengthen. Right leg steps back. High plank. Exhale, plank. Think of hugging those elbows in ever so slightly. Upward facing dog. Now curl over the toes, down dog. Nice transition. Right leg lifts up. Step the right foot forward. Left foot meets the right. Lengthen. Exhale, fold. Arms up. This is the inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Lengthen. Left leg back. Make sure you have a long enough lunge so that right knee is still stacked over the ankle. High plank. Low plank. Taking it to the abdomen is always a great modification. Upward facing dog. Down dog. Inhale the left leg up. Pull the knee in, step it through to the top. Right foot meets the left. Lengthen the spine. Forward. Let it go. Inhale, arms reach up. One more time, both sides. Forward fold. Bending the knees. Inhale, lengthen hands to shins is also a great way to create that space. Step the right foot back. Left foot back. Low plank. Up dog. Down dog. Breathing in through the nose, lift the right leg up. Breathing out through the nose, right foot forward. Left foot meets the right. Lengthen forward. Forward fold. Arms reach up. One more time on the left. Hopefully we've created some body heat. Forward fold. Lengthen. Left leg back. Make the lunge long. Right foot back. High plank to the left. Upward facing dog. Stretch the front body up. Down dog. Let's hold down dog for 5 breaths here. Spread the fingers wide. The heels are lifted, slight bend in the knees. 2 more breaths. One more. Left leg lifts. Inhale up. Exhale, pull the knee through, step it to the top. Lengthen forward. Right foot meets the left. Lengthen and fold. Arms reach high. Interlace the fingers, release the index finger, and then just bring the feet together as you rock your upper body from side to side. Relax the tops of the shoulders. See if you can squeeze the palms a little bit more towards each other. And you'll feel the outside edges of the armpits come forward. Come back to center. Inhale, lengthen up to the crown of the hat. Exhale to the right. So continuing that breath in through the nose and out through the nose. The breath continues to be slow and steady. The left hip reaches to the left as you continue to extend up towards the right. Come back to center. Inhale, lengthen again. Exhale to the left. Only go as far as it feels good to you. If you're feeling it in your lower back, I'm going to suggest knitting those front ribs in. Using that core to support the spine. Draw that left shoulder forward ever so slightly. And we'll come back to center. Now keep the feet together, the legs together. Start to shift the weight forward as the gaze goes up. The fingertips will start to extend back behind you as you go into a back bend. Now keep breathing into the tops of the lungs. And slowly come back to center. So for the next posture, a bend in the knees. Squeeze the palms. Slowly come forward with a flat back. The fingertips will come all the way down to the floor. Once they touch the floor, release that grip. Lift the right heel up and place the right hand either behind the right heel or behind the calf. And then lift the left heel up. Once again, hand underneath the heel or behind the calf. Hug the elbows behind the thighs or the legs. Relax your head. With the knees bent, keep hugging the elbows and like you're trying to touch them together. Relax the head. Maybe start to straighten the legs here as you continue to draw the elbows inward. Releasing the hands in front of you. Interlace the fingers, release the index finger. Rise up with a flat back as you come all the way back. Once you come up, we'll release the hands down by our side. Make sure we're still breathing. For this next posture, chair pose, it is helpful sometimes to measure. You want your feet hip distance apart, which is about 2 fists wide. So bringing your fists between your feet. You're gonna have to step up from the wall a little bit more, John. There we go. Now reach your arms forward so they're shoulder width and shoulder height apart, sitting back into that imaginary chair. Breathing in and breathing out. So you want to go to that place where you can hold it and sustain it. Feel the weight go into the heels a little bit more. Yep, and the knees will naturally draw back behind the toes. And as I sit a little bit lower, I feel my inner thighs begin to fire up. I keep relaxing the shoulders because I do like to tense up. Yes. And very slowly, we'll start to straighten the legs. Take your time. Now come high as you can onto the balls of the feet. Keep the arms where they are. So we're extending out through the fingertips. We're activating the arms. Now with the heels lifted high, then you start to bend the knees, coming into that chair pose. If the heels drop at all, then I want you to lift the heels back up. You'll feel the inner ankles and inner thighs working as we hold for 3, 2, and 1. Start to straighten the legs first, and then release your heels down. Well done. Keeping the arms where they are, we're going to turn our toes inward. Now allow those legs to touch or come towards each other. Heels will lift naturally. Squeezing the inner thighs, you'll lower yourself all the way down onto your heels. Lower the better. Once you're there, the arms continue to extend forward. Knees forward. Shoulders over the hips. There's a tendency to lean forward here, but I want to encourage you, to engage those inner ankles and those thighs. And then just as slowly as we went down, we want to come back up. So engage the legs. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And good news, that's a 3-part chair, so we can release the arms. Just for the arms, that's a crazy sensation. Yeah. So we're almost finished with the warm-up series. Super excited. We'll reach our arms up towards the sky. Oh, you'll love this one. And then the right arm goes underneath the left arm. So we have eagle arms. Right arm. Yeah. And the hands come together. Yep. Now draw the elbows down. Get the stretch between the rock blades. And then sit back into that chair pose again so you can lift the right leg over the left. Eagle. Eventually you'll align the knees, the navels, and the elbows. But maybe for right now, it's just balancing on one foot. One more breath. And as we'll release that right foot down, inhaling these arms back up towards the sky. Feels so good. We'll bring that left arm underneath the right. And then bring the hands up, thumbs face to face. Hands come together, hug the elbows down. Then sit back, chair pose again. You can get that left leg over the right. Sometimes there's a tendency to straighten that right leg, and you actually want to keep it bent. Maybe the toes go behind the calf. And then you bring the knees back in line with the navel and the elbows. Let's release. Inhale, arms reach high. And we'll release those arms down by our side. Our balancing series begins with forehead to knee pose. So we'll start by spreading the toes of the left foot. And then taking that right thigh and lifting that right thigh so the right thigh is parallel to the floor. Now what I love about mirrors, and if you're at home, it's okay if you don't have mirrors, but if you do, flex the foot so that you can see the ball of the foot in the mirror. Ideally, you want the ankle underneath the knee. And then keep lengthening up through the crown of the head so we're leaning neither backwards nor forwards. Now we're going to do 2 sets of this, I promise. If you want to extend on the second set, you can. But this right here is a great way to build balance and strength. And let's release that right foot down. So the key is to ground down through that standing leg. So I'm going to spread the toes of my right foot. Integrate that right leg so the quadricep muscles on. And then inhale that left thigh up. Once again, hands down by the side. Left foot flex so we can see the ball of the foot in the knee. And you might find that one side's a little bit easier than the other. But we always practice both sides. And let's release that left foot down. So for this next side is forehead to knee. You want to take it to that final expression. I'm going to encourage you to do so. I'm going to lead you through the modification. So So here I'm gonna spread the toes of my left foot, lifting the right thigh up so the right thigh is parallel. And I'm gonna do this sideways, just for those at home that need to see what this looks like sideways, you can. So as that right leg lifts up, my ankle is once again underneath the knee. I'm gonna interlace the hands underneath my thigh, keep my chest lifted high, and then extend my right foot forward. So I'm trying not to shorten my front body, but I'm continuing to lengthen up. And I'm using my right quadricep muscle to extend my right foot forward. So I'm using the leg muscle. And we'll slowly bend the right leg down. Nice, way to take it to that full expression. Very nice, Janetta. Okay, second set, looking forward to it. Remember to build your roots first, so spread the toes with the right foot. Inhale that left thigh up when you're ready. You can absolutely stay here. You can round down, interlace the hands underneath the foot or the thigh. Extend that left foot forward like you're trying to put a footprint on the wall. The breathing continues in through the nose and out through the nose. Slowly bending that left foot. We'll place that left foot next to the right. For this next pose, it's going to be a nice counter to the last pose because it stretches out that front body. So from here, you'll continue to face forward. Reach the arms up towards the sky. And I'll actually turn this way so it's a little bit easier to see. Take that right arm behind you so that right thumb is lifted. Pick up the right foot from the inside. From the inside. Now start to hinge forward as you kick that right leg back. And I want you to look forward and create more space between your foot and your body. So I want you to kick the leg back. You can put a slight bend in that left knee, but try not to bend it too much. A couple more breaths here. And let's release that right foot down. And sometimes it's a practice. It's balancing with that hand and foot. So absolutely okay. Yes. So for side number 2, arms reach up. We'll reach that left arm back. Picking that left foot up. And if this is where you are for the next 30 seconds, absolutely okay. Drawing the chest forward. Looking forward and up slightly. Start to hinge forward. Some people like to flex their left foot or point the toes. Choose one. Look forward and up. It's a back bend. It's also a shoulder opener. Couple more breaths here. And we'll release. So let's move to our next balancing pose and be okay with what happened. That's what they call it a yoga practice. Yeah, it just makes it tricky sometimes when we're especially reaching behind us. So almost flat. We'll come to the very back of our mat. We'll bring our feet together. Inhale the arms up towards the sky, interlace the fingers and release the index finger. So it's like we're pointing upward. Step forward with the right foot, point the toes of your left. This is Purna Tandasana, so you'll make a capital T with your body. As you hinge forward, the back leg will lift up. Continue to breathe. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. We'll step that left foot back, right foot to meet it, keeping the arms up if you can continue to do that. And we'll step forward with the left foot this time. Look forward. As you hinge forward, that back leg will lift up. Reach the fingers forward as you reach the toes back. Hold for 3, hold for 2, and 1. Step that right foot back, Left foot meets the right. Release your arms. We're going to do that one again, but I'm going to offer either you can do the same arm, or maybe you reach the arms along your side or out to the side. Sometimes I find I get a little bit more balance that way. So this time, step forward with the right foot once again. I'm going to reach my hands back as I hinge forward. You want to try lifting that left leg from the inside of the thigh, which will actually naturally drop that left hip slightly. And we'll step forward back with the left foot, and we'll try it with the opposite side. Or step forward. Now we step forward with the left. Thank you. Here we go. Look forward, hinge forward. Breathing in and out. Make yourself nice and long. Lift that right inner thigh just a little bit. And we'll step that right foot back. Nice, left foot meets the right. Well done. So now we'll turn forward. If you're in the studio, we'll turn to face the garden. This is going to be our wide-legged forward fold series. So it's also in 3 parts. Inhale the arms up towards the sky. Step out to the right about 4 to 5 feet. And then you want the arms parallel to the floor, and ideally you want those wrists above the ankles. You got it, yes. Inhale where you are. Exhale, forward fold, taking the hands to the ankles or the outside edges of the feet. Now you can also put your hands on the floor or on blocks if needed. Inhale, lengthen, so you'll come up about a little less than halfway. Exhale, fold. 2 more times. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold. You pull yourself back down. Last time. Inhale, lengthen forward. Keep the neck nice and neutral. Exhale, forward, fold. Now take your hands either to your hips or out to your side. Rise all the way up with a flat back. This time we'll add a variation. We'll interlace our hands behind our back. You can also grab onto if you have like a belt or a towel, just in case you need a little bit more space for the shoulders. Yes, great prop. Inhale and lengthen when you're ready. Exhale, forward fold. Fists come up and over.
Watch yourself.
And then inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. 2 more times like that. Inhale, lengthen.
You must be simply.
Exhale, fold.
And relax.
Last time. Inhale, lengthen.
You have
Exhale, forward fold. That next inhale will bring you all the way back up.
you have to let
Now keep the feet where they are. This time, that right arm reaches up towards the sky. Bring the right hand behind you as you pat yourself on the back. Left arm goes behind the back. Bring the fingertips together or hold on to your shirt or a towel. Same opportunity here with a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, lengthen up.
You can be.
Exhale, forward fold.
You can be concentrated. You can be alert.
Lengthen forward. Forward fold.
Become liberated.
Inhale, lengthen.
What will ever teach you is what not to do.
Exhale, fold.
How not.
One more time. Inhale, lengthen.
You have to let it happen.
And forward fold. Now make sure you breathe as you come all the way up. If you don't, you might feel a little dizzy, or if you haven't drank enough water either, so make sure you're staying hydrated. Take a moment to windshield the wiper the hand. So left arm up, left hand goes behind the back, the right hand goes behind the back, the fingertips grasp. Or into a towel. Now press your head against your arm stem so we have a nice neutral neck and we're not doing chin to chest. Inhale, lengthen. and forward fold. Last time.
You have to let it happen.
Inhale, lengthen.
Don't wake up.
Nice breath. Exhale, fold.
Become liberated.
Again, inhale, lengthen. And fold. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Forward fold. Make sure you come up on the inhale or with whatever breath suits you the best. Oh, release those arms. Heel your feet in towards each other slightly. Reach the arms up. Right foot meets the left. Hands release down by our side. Fantastic. We're going to enter the warrior series. So we'll still do that wide-legged lunge, except we'll just bend into the hips a little bit. So you can stand either at the back of your mat or at the front. You'll continue to face the garden if you're inside the studio. Perfect. You got it. We'll inhale the arms up towards the sky. And then step out with the foot. There we go. Just get that wide-legged forward fold stance. Now turn the right toes to face the right. Arms out, parallel. Bend into that right leg. Yes. And then there is a tendency to lean forward slightly, so we'll just bring the upper torso back. Once again, finding that place where you can sustain yourself. Because if we go to the max right away, then it's very easy to burn out quickly. Easing into it. Take your right elbow to your right thigh. Left arm reaches up towards the sky, along with your gaze. You can stay here or bring that right hand down to the floor. That front leg continues to bend. Take that left arm behind you for a half bind, or maybe you choose to bring that right arm under, the hands connect for a full bind. Releasing the bind, right hand down, left arm up. We'll rise back up into our warrior two and hold for 3. Hold for 2. And 1. Straighten the right leg. Oh, that feels so good. Now keep that front leg straight. Draw your hips back. Reach the arms out and extend past those right fingers or toes. Right hand comes down. Left arm goes up. Now this can be a great place to use a prop. There we go. Make sure you're continuing to that bottom chest bone. Instead of looking towards the floor, you want to almost look directly forward or up towards the sky, depending on your range of motion. Top arm reaches up and over. This is Pratica Trikonasana, triangle pose. Take that left hand down. I love to bring it to a block. And step that back foot in into the left. So now our stance is a little bit shorter. With that left hand on the block, bring your right hand to your right hip, draw the right hip back, and then reach that right arm up towards the sky. So this is a twisted or a revolved triangle. Bring that right hand back down to the floor. I'm going to step my left foot back so it's in line with my right heel. Left arm reaches back up towards the sky. And we're going to rise out the same way that we entered. Now this time side number 2, bring both toes so they're facing forward. You might even bring that block over to the other side. We'll turn our toes of our left foot to face the left and bend into that left leg. Yes, got it. And my left side's a little bit more sticky than my right. So be okay if it looks or feels different. Breathing in through the nose and out. We have just a couple more breaths here. Feel yourself be supported by the strength of your legs. Left elbow to the left knee this time. Maybe take the hips a little bit deeper as that right arm reaches up towards the sky. Remember, you're always doing what supports your body at this time. Left hand goes down if you'd like to take it a little bit deeper or to a block. That top arm's gonna reach for that left hip for a half a bind. And then if you'd like to go for that full bind, left hand goes under, fingertips touch. You start to straighten your right arm, spinning the chest forward. 2 more breaths here. And we'll release that left hand down to the ground. Right arm reaches up. Now as we come out back into warrior 2 pose, hold the pose for 3. Ooh, feels a little bit of burn for 2. And 1. Straighten that left leg. Now make sure you draw those hips back. It's easy to lock out the knee, so a slight bend in that knee will be really good for that, for the muscles in the leg and the joints. Extend the left fingertips. Extend. Once you can extend no further, you drop the left hand down. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. We'll reach that top arm up and over. Repeat it, Trikonasana. You'll get a nice stretch sensation along that right hip. And that right hand comes down to the ground. Step the back foot in and to the right, so the stand is a little bit wider. The right hand goes down, left hand to left hip. Draw the chest forward and then twist to the left, reaching the left arm up towards the sky. Drawing that left hip back. Left hand comes down. I'm going to realign my heels. Right arm reaches back up towards the sky. Now use the core to lift the upper body up. Turn the toes so they face forward. Right foot meets the left. Arms release down by our side. Awesome. We'll all turn to face forward. Our last balancing pose this evening is tree pose. So starting by bringing down through the left foot, taking that right foot and either placing that on the inside of the right thigh or calf. Always breathing, taking the movement slowly. Your choice in what you do with the hands. Way to stay in it, Laura. That was good. If you're ready to come out, you come out. So let's go to side number 2. So the key here is to balance on one foot, and we're adding that hip opener. When you're ready, lifting that left knee up, externally rotate through the hip. Tree pose. I love doing this pose with my students at school. It's great. They get so into it with the focus. They prefer to grow their limbs out long, which I think is great. And we'll release that left foot down. Oh, I felt like we could have been on that side for a long time. We'll come onto our backs. So this is sort of like a mini Savasana. So as you come onto your backs, Oh, legs forward, arms down by our side. Just taking a moment to just acknowledge that we're more than halfway through our practice this evening. And we'll start by pulling that right knee in. This is wind removing pose. It massages the internal organs. As you relax the shoulders and fire up the biceps to draw the knee in towards the chest. We'll extend that right leg forward. We'll take that left knee in towards the chest, so opposite knee. That right leg is relaxed as you draw the knee in, left knee in. So now we're massaging the descending colon. The gaze is up, the back of the neck is long. We'll pull that right knee in towards the chest as well. Big up. Nice. And from here, what we'll do is we'll take the legs up towards the sky. And with the hands next to the side, we'll just do a few hip ups. So using as little momentum as possible, just lifting the hips up, 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 up. Yep, that's it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. From here, bend your legs. Take your hands behind your head. Let's do a few elbow to knee bicycles. Extending the opposite leg when you bring the elbow to knee. We're not going to do many. We'll just do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Place the feet onto the floor. And then extend the legs forward. Reach the arms up towards the sky and see if you can slowly peel yourself up off the mat. Come all the way up to a seated position. Oh, that was nice. Well done. That was awesome, Laura. Our toes will place onto the mat, both toes. Hands go behind the hips. Lifting the heart up, going back about 45 degrees. As you look forward, we're doing one round of both. Arms forward when you feel ready. Maybe you lift the legs up off the floor. Maybe you keep the heels on the floor. That's it, Janetta. That's it, Seema. Love it. Yes, Laura. I love how you're lifting opposite foot. Fantastic way of building strength, endurance. Oh, we're almost there. Engaging the core, smiling big. Nice, and we'll slowly release. That was awesome breath. Nicely done, Nancy. Well, we'll come all the way forward into our hands and knees. I'm gonna have to back up onto the mat a little bit. Down dog. We won't be here for long. We're gonna actually wake our way onto our abdomen for some back bending. So come forward into high plank pose, and then lower yourself all the way down to the ground. Once you lower yourself down to the ground, take your hands, place them next to your rib cage so the elbows are underneath. The wrists are underneath the elbows. Press the tops of the feet into the floor, lift up cobra. So in cobra pose, I'm not really using my arm strength. I'm pressing my feet actively into the mat. Move the tops of the feet. So point the toes. Yes. And release. We're going to do that one more time. Lift up with the inhale when you're ready. So we're contracting the back muscles. With each inhale, maybe lift a little bit higher for 3. For 2. And 1. Right cheek on the mat, arms down by your side. This next particular pose, you'll rock your body from side to side, rolling onto your arms, palms face down. So roll over to your left, place your right arm underneath, roll over to the left, place your left arm underneath. Ideally, try to get the elbows under. It'll actually feel better on the arm. Lift the right leg up about 45 degrees. Lower the right leg down. Lift the left leg up 45 degrees. Lower the left leg down. Bring the fingertips or the pinkies a little bit closer. Walk the fingertips closer to the knees. Lift both legs up. And release. Release the arms, left cheek on the mat. Reach the arms out nice and wide. We'll lift both the upper body and the lower body up this time. On your next inhale, lift up. Maybe you lift the lower body a little bit higher, and then you focus on the upper body. You extend out through the fingertips and toes, so make yourself nice and long as you lift up a little bit higher for 3, 2, and 1. Right cheek on the mat. Release. Last pose on our abdomen, bend your legs, take your hands to your feet. This is floor bow pose. Kick your feet back. Allow that to lift your upper body forward and up. Your choice on whether you point the toes or flex the toes. That's it. That's it. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And we'll release together. Press ourselves back into child's pose. I'm hoping that this child's pose feels a little bit different in a good way. Relax your arms, relax your head. And we'll come forward onto our hands and our feet, downward facing dog, last down dog of the evening. Walk our feet to the top of the mat, and we'll recline onto our backs one last time. As you recline onto your back, bend your knees, take your heels close to your sit bone. Robot arms, so the wrists go above the elbows. Press the back of the arms into the mat. Lift the hips up, bridge pose. And we'll slowly release upper back, middle back, and lower back. second set, if you'd like to do a wheel pose where you press yourself up onto your hands, you can, or maybe you take another bridge pose. Your choice. Once again, root down through the feet, lifting up into bridge or wheel. If you're in bridge, pressing the back of the head into the mat, so then the neck is neutral and long. Then we'll all release again. Upper back, middle back, and lower back. The nice pose that we'll do to help stretch out that lower back is happy baby. Draw the knees in, grab the outside blades of the feet, bringing the feet over the knees. Lengthen the tailbone forward. Relax the shoulders, relax the jaw. And from here, take the legs up towards the sky. You might go for cloud pose where you bring the feet up and over the head. Or maybe you bring the legs up towards the sky for waterfall. This can be a really nice pose, especially with a block. Placing the block underneath the hips. So cloud pose or waterfall. And from cloud pose or waterfall, we'll slowly release the feet down to the ground, removing any props that might be there. And we'll pull that right knee into the chest. Just like we did earlier for wind removing pose, but this time for a supine twist. So with the right knee pulled in, just shift the hips over to the right a little bit, and then drop the right knee over to the left. Arms reach out to the side. Gaze goes over the right fingertips. And we'll bring that right knee back in towards the chest. It might even feel good to bring that forehead up to the knee. It does for me. Maybe make a few circles with that right ankle. And then releasing the upper body and the right leg down. And opposite side, pull the left knee in, interlace the fingers below the knee. Shuffle the hips over to the left. It's just a couple inches, just enough so when you bring that left knee over to the right, that left hip is on top of the right hip. Arms out to the side, the gaze goes towards the left. And that left knee will draw in once again, interlacing the fingers, forehead to knee. Maybe make some circles through that wrist, or sorry, ankle. And then releasing that left leg forward, arms down by our side. Relaxing the body completely into final Savasana. Turning the tension inward. Begin to wiggle our fingers and our toes. Rolling over onto our right side and then pressing ourselves up into a comfortable seated position. With our attention drawn inward and our eyes lowered. One of the most beautiful things about the practice of yoga is that we all come to our mats for different reasons. And when we come together like we did tonight, we support each other. So thank you for being here this evening. Thank you for sharing your practice with me and everyone here. May you each have a wonderful evening. From my heart to each of yours, namaste. Namaste. Good to see you, Janetta. Always. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming, Seema. I'm so glad you were able to make it. I always love looking forward to seeing you every week. Have a wonderful night. You're welcome. And yes, the more you have been here, I love it. Every Monday, it's like we have. I love it. It's fantastic. Yes.